Since the dawn of time, gamers have only wanted one thing. A fabled golden warthog. The golden Mario Kart car. Gold Overwatch guns. And the expensive yet elusive Australium weapon. It's just a shame that I hate Australiums and they single-handedly ruined the MVM play experience for literally everyone. Hi. Welcome back to the Breadbowl, the hottest and jazziest live commentary spot on YouTube, where I'm drinking a nice homemade drip coffee while wondering what it is that you chose to drink today. Over on the community board, we've got more drama surrounding this puppy, and I simply cannot wait to see where the story goes next. But let's talk more about MVM. Rewards ruined man versus machine, an opinion that's been brewing in the back of my brain for a little while now, and I've been looking for an excuse to talk about, so let's dive right in. To start us off, in a very shocking turn of events, I, a Team Fortress 2 player, believe that man versus machine is one of the greatest PvE game modes to ever exist in gaming. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but it's at least very good. I think it's a whole lot of fun. I just don't want anyone getting confused saying that I don't like MVM or I think it's a bad game mode. No, I think it's a good game mode, and I even like the fact there are rewards for playing. I just think that the rewards kind of ruin the experience as a whole for a lot of different reasons. The first one being that nobody seems to want to play MVM unless they're getting a reward. Which is weird to me, because if you ask pretty much any Team Fortress 2 player that's ever even bothered to play MVM, then you know that most of them, just like I did myself, will say that MVM is one of the greatest game modes in gaming. It's wonderful, it's fun, never seen a better PvE game mode ever. But they don't play it to have fun, they play it so they can get a reward. You know, maybe they'll get a nice rare hat or item. Maybe I'll get a nice Australium, or ooh, what if I got a golden frying pan? I know, let me go play for a golden frying pan. You know, it's not let me go play to have fun, it's let me go play so I can make a bunch of money selling my Australium. And I understand that not every player is playing simply for rewards or so they can get an Australium, but in my personal experience and in the experience of people I've talked to about it, it's really hard to find a group of people willing to play MVM if they're not getting a reward, which kind of sucks because personally when I want to play MVM, I don't always want to spend money to play MVM. On that point, even moving past the players themselves, the way the system is set up in the first place to reward you for playing if you pay, because an MVM match takes so long, it's really easy to fall into the mindset of, well, I'm playing a match anyway, I might as well, you know, if I'm doing it anyway, just spend the $2 to increase my chances of getting a reward. I might as well further my progress on this tour. And that's a trap that I fall into all the time, because I like playing MVM. Well, you know, if I'm playing anyway, I might as well. Well, it's only $2, you know? It's only $2. And that just sucks, because sometimes I just want to play a good classic no-stakes game of man versus machine, and it just kind of seems impossible to do that, because there's so many people that just sit there and say, well, if I'm not getting a reward, then what's the point, you know? Which feeds into something else that kind of sucks about rewards influencing the way that people play. Since people aren't playing to have fun, that means they're only playing the official servers on the official man-up mode. And then all of the great community maps kind of fall to the wayside. And just to prove my point on that, I'm actually playing a super cool custom map right now that I will leave a link for in the description for all of you to have fun with as well whenever you see this, because I just want more people to be playing for fun, and I want people to see what kind of community content that this mode has to offer, because there's so many good maps and cool additions. All of these maps offer something unique and completely different. They're adding new robots to fight in, and it's just, these are all things that you just wouldn't see if you were only playing official man-up mode so I could get a reward. And I think that's a really important point, specifically as a member of the community of the game that quite literally relies on community content to continue existing in the first place. Not to say that there isn't a lot of community support around the map-making side of things, because there is, just not necessarily in the man versus machine mapping community. And if you're not doing it for the community, if you're not doing it to support the creators of these cool maps, then do it for yourself. I mean, how long have you been playing the Two Cities tour? How many times have you played the Two Cities tour? In the comment section right now, I want you to type in the comment section, how many Two Cities tours have you completed? Because I bet it's more than any other tour, probably by a substantial amount if you're a frequent MVM player. I mean, there's only 5 official man-up tours. How much fun can you have on the same 5 tours for? I think it's been over 10 years. 10 years on the same maps, on the same 5 maps for 10 years? Are you kidding me? It's a marvel how little people play the custom maps. I didn't even realize how few maps there actually were in Man vs. Machine. There's 5 maps? Are you kidding me? This isn't just a suggestion, this isn't a plea, this is an order. Go play a community-made MVM map, please. So there's kind of tiers of rewards that you can get in MVM, and the only one that people really care about anymore is the big, the golden, the shiny Australian weapons. Oh, please, please. Which, if I'm not mistaken, most people believe that you can only win by playing the Two Cities tour, which brings people to only want to play the Two Cities tour. Now, if you didn't already know, I'm gonna put this to rest. You can get an Australian weapon on any tour that's advanced or expert, which is 5 out of the 6 of them. And I get it, it's okay. I have a confession to make. Two Cities is my most played tour because I myself thought you could only get Australian weapons on the Two Cities tour. But I was able to get out of the trap. I was able to fight back and go play other fun tours. I was able to rehabilitate myself out of Two Cities. And I think you can too. So let's do it together. So now that we've put that to rest, here's a little brain teaser for you. What rewards can you get from MVM that are not Australians? And I'll give you a second to answer. I'll give you a second to think about, whatever you're thinking about, formulate a response. The answer is bot killer weapons, robot hats, robot parts, and killstreak kits. And here's another question. Do you know all the different types of bot killer weapons that you can get from different tours? I'll give you another second to think about that. The answer is silver, gold, rusty, bloody, carbonado, diamond, silver engineer, and golden engineer. And of course, a lot of these are more rare than others. I believe some of them are even as rare as Australians themselves. But here's the thing, a lot of people don't really seem to care about any of these other rewards. And I understand the thought process because from a pretty objective standpoint, getting yourself a golden weapon, a strange golden weapon, is objectively cooler than any of the other rewards. Like, as far as cool factor goes, Australian is about as good as it gets. I am making an assumption here in saying that people don't really seem to care about the bot killer weapons anymore, but it's just that in my play experience, I don't even really see a lot of people using them anymore. And there definitely aren't people playing tours to get them because everybody's on Two Cities. But my point is that people are only playing on Two Cities because they want to get an Australian. No one's out here playing for the rare bot killer weapons anymore, which sucks. Call me old-fashioned. I guess I'm a fan of a good golden engineer bot killer. I'm a big fan of the diamond bot killer scattergun. Call me old-fashioned. What can I say? Rewards ruined MVM. Rewards ruined community maps. Rewards ruined not playing for rewards. Rewards ruined the other rewards in Man vs. Machine. To take this even further than the bot killer weapons, when was the last time you saw somebody excited to be getting a robot hat from MVM? And it sucks, because a lot of these hats, they're cool. They're not like the most amazing thing on planet Earth, they're not the flashiest ones, but the robot hats were nice and are nice because it's not some grand 1% chance maybe you'll get it after 500 tours that you can sell for a lot of money reward. No, it's just a little hat. It's a little cute trinket that you got as a reward for playing MVM. It genuinely feels like a reward. It doesn't feel like gambling to get one of these. And Australians do make it feel like gambling. Because they're so cool and so rare and so expensive and worth so much money, it turns the entire MVM experience, nay, the entire Two Cities game mode experience into just one big gambling fest. One where if I don't get an Australian by the end of it, then it was a waste of my time and a waste of my money. And I didn't have any fun because I didn't get the rare, expensive item. And now that I feel like I wasted my time, I'm going to hone this experience down to a science, and I'm going to ruin it for anybody else who wants to play MVM just to have a little bit of fun. And what I mean by that is this reputation that Man vs. Machine has gained for being incredibly toxic, with a player base small enough to have actual wide-known community villains. Kind of player that's played Two Cities about 2,000 times and only gotten one gold weapon, and now they hate everyone who hasn't also played Two Cities 2,000 times and dares to step outside the meta they've carefully crafted over the last 10 years because they don't care about having fun with it anymore. They're only there for the reward, and if you get in the way of that reward, you're kicked from the game because I can't even be in the same room as a player with less than 100 tours. And if we had a normal player base who actually played to have fun, then I would just say, go play boot camp mode. Don't play man up, but nobody plays boot camp because there's no rewards, so why bother? So now I have to go play with these toxic high tour players that won't let you have any fun, and it really affects the gameplay experience. When was the last time you saw a spy or a sniper in a game of MVM? It's probably been a while. Because if you pick Spy or Sniper in MVM, you're either kicked from the game or everyone else is leaving the game. Because that class isn't part of the meta. That class plays really bad in MVM. I don't even know why they added it to MVM in the first place. I won't play with a Sniper. Bye! One of my favorite ways to play MVM is as the demoknight with the skull cutter. There's a lot of fun upgrades to get, it performs really well, and you can really hold your own a lot more than you think you would be able to. And most importantly, it's so much more fun than playing the scout who runs around to pick up all the money and does nothing else for the 100th time. Another way I've been getting into playing Man vs. Machine recently is playing as the spy. Up until like a month or two ago, I had never even played the spy in Man vs. Machine because you quite literally can't. Nobody lets you play the spy in Man vs. Machine. Did you know that you can use the zapper on the robots with like a radius of zapping around them? I didn't. I had no idea that existed, and maybe that's my bad for never even bothering to touch the class, but the player base is so small that you're always going to be playing with the same people, and if you get into a server and they don't like that you're a spy, well, then you have to change, because if you re-queue, chances are you're going to be getting the same players in the very next game. So your two options are change from spy or don't play. And I want to play, so I guess, whatever, I'll just switch off spy, it's fine. And there are exceptions to this. Sometimes you get a really cool group of people who's super chill and they'll let you do whatever you want, everyone's vibing and having a good time because we're finally having fun with it. But then, the moment you lose one round, if you lose even one, you're all trash. I can't believe I let you step outside. Ugh, I should have known better. To let you play demoknight in MVM. Stupid. Oh my god, how could I have done that? I should stick to what I know. That's what I should have done. And now I'm quitting the game because we lost and we're back to square one. And it's so upsetting because it all stems from this I'm playing for a reward mentality. I'm not here to have fun. I want reward. Me want Australian weapon. They're like toddlers screaming. On a side note for these players that make it a horrible experience, if you're playing too good, then they don't want you there either. Remember the gas passer? You know, that weapon that was added in the last major update that is completely terrible and nobody uses because it's so bad? Well, if you didn't already know, it's one of the best items in Man vs. Machine, probably the single best item you can have, actually. It's so good that if people catch you using it, they'll kick you from the game. And that's not an exaggeration. They'll say, you're sucking out all the fun, you're playing too good, get out. The rewards ruined Man vs. Machine, and that's not because rewards are a bad thing. I think it's just the way that rewards have been implemented. I even think, to better sum it up, I wouldn't even say that rewards ruined MVM. Maybe a more fitting statement would be that Australians ruined MVM, because that's all people care about. If you ask the average Team Fortress 2 player about man versus machine, they will have nothing but the highest praises for it. They love it. I love it. I have the highest praises for it. But when it really comes down to it, when it really comes to actually sitting down and playing, you will not get the same response.